Hello again. You know, I was at a gun store yesterday and a gentleman came up to buy a gun and he picked out 9mm and he said, "That's the one that I want." So the clerk behind the counter asked him for his ID and he said that his ID has to have his current address. Well, he had a driver's license, but it wasn't with his current address because he had moved and he had spoken to the DMV and they said, "Well, that's fine, you can still use that because the records will indicate your new address." And he explained that to the gentleman behind the counter. And the gentleman said, "Well, that's fine, but we've got to comply with the government's requirements. And they require that we ask for and receive an ID that has a photo along with your current address." Now, what's just as important as being able to buy a weapon? Well, what's just as important as being able to buy a weapon is knowing that your vote counts. So how is it that this person had to go to the motor vehicle registration office to get a new driver's license before he could pick up the weapon that he wanted to buy? Yet, anybody can vote for anyone that they want, whenever they want, and since there's no photo ID required, as often as they want. You know, I posted a video and I talked about the number of votes received in various parts of the country exceeded the number of registered voters in those parts of the country. Not by 10, but by thousands, hundreds of thousands. So here we are, we're playing a game when we did a complete review of the votes in Florida when Bush was running, and it was a couple of votes that made the difference, and Bush got in instead of Al Gore. In Minnesota, Al Franken, well, he stole the Senate seat when he shouldn't have, because he had 500 felons vote for him when felons weren't allowed to vote. But again, it doesn't matter because there's so much blatant voter fraud. The votes don't mean anything. And even if they did, it comes down to the Electoral College. So again, our presidents, and in most cases our elected representatives, are selected. That's how you've got some freak like Nancy Pelosi can live the majority of her life as a congresswoman, or Harry Reid, a worthless tool, can stay in. How about the Senator John McCain? This will be his six-year term he's running for. Guy's 80 years old. You don't think maybe he should be tested for dementia? Alzheimer's? How about Jeffrey the Flake, congressman for 10 years. Now he's playing senator. He's a rhino, same as McCain's a rhino. The whole thing's a joke. The system is screwed. It got screwed a long time ago. You know what corrupted it? Money and power. These people don't go to serve. They go in there for a career. That's what they do. And if they're good bullshit artists like McCain, his whole history is bullshit. Just like Obama's. It's all bullshit. But anyway, does it matter? Does anyone care? Can anyone do anything about it? At least you're not in the dark, are you?